can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, I have that comment. So I know that Marcus Garvey is what he's capable of, what he could have been even more capable of. I look around our community and I go to other communities. I just came from a drive-in and I'm just watching how our streets look so ragged and run down and dirty and things of that nature. I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I work in New York City public schools for many years, longer than I care to talk about. My question to you is, how do we bring the young brothers into the fold? Because I see we're going to lose like an entire generation. One is that they're illiterate. The school system has quite a bit of money. They're not funneling the money to the schools. I see it over and over again where the educators, and a lot of them look like us.
There. I know exactly where you're going.
Right,
you know how we can do it?
The money.
It's not just these young brothers. It's not the old brothers. No. The solution is very simple. We need to do our work. If you and I get together, we create the economic centerpieces. We can employ these guys. Unless we get together, it's all talk. We have to say, guess what, brother? I'm down with the program. Here's my membership. I'm coming to the meeting. That's the solution. We're not going to grab these young brothers like that. We need to provide the opportunities. We need to do for ourselves. Create our own banks, buy our own supermarkets. Then we hire them. So all of this is, these young blacks. No, we need to do the work.
You know what happened?
I'll talk to, I'm like, I met you at your restaurant. So
thank you.
And that's where I found out about the program.
Thank you very much. I'm happy you came about this. But what happened is that we, together, have failed our young people.
Thank you.
So since we have failed them, why should they listen to us? So our objective now is to make sure that while we're building the economic base allows us to build our cultural institutions. Places like this, where we can teach our children about our history and our way of life. But first and foremost, we must build strong organizations so we can protect them, we can provide for them, and we can defend them. Raymond, another person with a question?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just a comment. Based on what the question that you've answered, I've heard that question many times in here, and this is my answer. As a counselor, I worked for 30 years in the Department of Education, and I work with mostly high school students, mostly young men between 14 to ages 21. And the last program I worked in was a suspension program. All right, they were kicked out of various schools all around, and they came to me as a counselor. One of the problems definitely is that the schools let me just for remembrance, Westinghouse. It used to be like a skills program. They teach the children jewelry making. They teach them how to build a house, carpentry, plumbing. They gave them certain skills that they needed that they could work with whenever they leave school. Though they definitely they don't have, most of the schools don't have any kind of skills training program. So most of these young men, I'm talking race first, black men, okay, black young men, they're really not interested in going to college for 4 years.
That's right.
Not even for 2 years. I'm not saying all of them. The population that
college is not for everybody.
So what has happened? They have no training, no skills, no nothing, no job, no nothing. And the family structure is also one of them. Parenting skills, I'm not sure what's going on there, but the parents are scared of them because they beat up their parents also.
Of course.
Physically assault their parents. So I'm saying, if we get together, and I don't know how, grant writing, something to maybe have a skills training program that we could invite these young men in with certain stipulations, of course.
Well, that's why we have just like the Koreans said, they have the Korean Association. This is the Black Association, and all those things can be done here. So come aboard, be a part of this, bring your creativity, let's prepare for our children. We're going to take one more question, but just before we take the next question, just want to let you know that we do a raffle each month, and it's just to help us to raise funds. This beautiful sister over here, she knits these things every month. So we're asking for everybody to participate. It's usually $3. If you can't afford $3, we'll take what you have. We also have a table over here. It's for a scholarship fund that we're offering. So we try to help. And also this building here is the African Portrait Theater. It's one of the only other buildings that's still owned by our people that's trying to bring the cultural aspect to our children. They're having a function here Saturday. You could speak to Brother Eitel or the management.
R&B dance.
R&B dance. So you can get some more information. What we're going to have, while Raymond takes the last question, somebody will come in around to ask you to participate in the raffle. Please help.
Brother Barkley.
So I'm sorry, the scarf. It's a red, black, and green scarf. You know, the red, black, and green are the colors of the UNIA. Thank you.
Brother Barkley.
Last question.
Brother Michael gave an example of unity. And in light of the situation going on with the police killing black men, not just black men, black women also, or black women are going, and young girls are going through some serious issues, whether it's prostitution or police murdering them. And brother mentioned how the Jews say when the police stop any one of their members, they have to call and ask permission if they can arrest them. And I just wanted to give an example of what or unity or love and unity can do. In the 70s, 1972, the New York police tried to run up in the mosque in Harlem. That Minister Farrakhan was the minister then, and one of them in the process died. When the people realized what was going on, they came out and said, if we don't see that man come out of that building, none of y'all going home. And they begged him to come out. When he came out, you know what he told them? I don't want to see none of y'all in Harlem. And guess what? They acquiesced. So my point is, if we could end the division and unify and come together, that would solve 90% of our problems.
All right. I just want to let you know something. This brother is a member of the UNIA. He travels all the way from New Jersey. We're also practicing cooperative economics.
That's right.
Because we have to support each other. From my restaurant, I buy my paper goods from him. Raymond Duguay also purchases paper goods from him. Each month from now on, the paper goods that he sells, we're going to have them here at this meeting. That if you want to come to the meeting and you want to pick up your goods, we got to find a way to build the economics. Just to remind you, the dollar comes in at 9 a.m. It leaves our community by 5 p.m. We got to fix that. Last question for Brother Duguay.
Dawood, I have a gift for you.
And just to let you know, we only give these gifts to members.
From the north, right?
No, but this is the flag of the UNIA.
Where was that made? In the north or south?
This was made in the south of Haiti. This was manufactured in Milagran, Haiti. So it is my pleasure to bestow upon you for supporting our people, for letting the world know that Hillary Clinton will not be elected.
Yes.
Brother Dawood, I bestow upon you the flag of the red, black, and green made in Haiti. Thank you.
From the north?
This is from the south of Haiti.
Congratulations, brother.
I'm not only from the north, but from the actual town where this Aline was born.
Wow!
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Brother Lawan, you want to say a couple words? Before we end, this young brother is an expert on geothermal heating. Yes, he is. He knows a lot about geothermal, radiant heating, and also maybe electric heating. But anyway, introduce yourself and tell them what you have in mind.
Well, thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you all. My name is Lamar. I'm a new member of the UNIA, and I came to this organization because I believe in teaming up with black people who are race first and have pragmatic solutions for solving our problems. It's not something that's just out in the blue somewhere. One of the things I want to get started is a black housing cooperative, wherein within each cooperative we get 5 to 7 young black men and women together. we pool our money for a down payment on a house, we purchase that house and we live in it, and we split the mortgage for that house as opposed to us renting and paying the exorbitant price we're paying for rent. The average rent in New York City is approaching $3,000 a month. That's not to say, least of all, that black people in general can't afford it. I work for the MTA and I can't even afford that. However, if we were to take, for example, take a 5-bedroom building in the Bronx that goes newly constructed for $449,000, get a 20% down payment on it, and we were to split that mortgage 5 ways amongst 5 people, guess how much you'll be paying a month for housing? $430 a month. And guess what you can do with those savings amongst those 5 people? That money you saved up, that goes to building your bodegas.
Facts.
That goes to starting your black cab
I have a
company.
question. What about the down payments? You said pay 20%, that's like 90,000.
That's like
So we
90,000.
have to come up with that.
You have to come up. You know how you come up with 90,000? Basically, if you split 90,000 5 ways over a period of 2 years, you would have to basically save $750 a month per person to make that happen. Or if you want to do a 7-way, which means 5 to 7, at most for 7 people, you can actually come up with $535 a month. Or basically, if you have individuals in that team who have like city jobs or who are employed with the city or have a civil service job where the employment is good and stable, you may be able to negotiate a lower rate and a lower down payment. So it's not set in stone, but the idea is basically we can lower the cost of living for individuals who are part of this. Save up the money for it to get this started, and with the money saved, we can actually use to purchase more buildings and actually expand this program.
That's what's up.
Because it's very potent that we said we want to attract more younger people, particularly more younger professionals who are race first into this. And one of the main lead ideas that we can have, one of the main lead resources we have is housing. If we pull this off. No other organization, black organization otherwise, are coming to their people providing such an essential service or product.
Facts.
So that's one thing we can do. The next property is going to come to building a housing incubator or a business incubator where you have a building set up where you have facilities specifically for running small businesses out of it. So for example, there would be like a commercial kitchen in it because you can't sell foodstuffs out of a non-commercial kitchen. So our brothers and sisters will have that access. A print store, a printing setup or a digital media setup, a computer lab. The possibilities are endless. And the thing is, one of the problems we have, in particular, as young nationalists and black, Pan-Africanist nationalists, black first individuals, progressive, is that we're not able to save enough money to do the endeavors that we want to do. And the biggest cost of living for anyone in the city is housing. And this is a way of remedying that. Not to mention, with the savings of that money alone, we can actually start after-school programs that are run by us, and we can get our children while they're young.
That's right.
So this is one way to move forward. If you're very interested in being a part of this, I'll be here after the meeting, and you can discuss this. And I'm basically trying to get the first place put together with 5 to 7 people. After the first place is together and the money we actually save up and we get the second place, it becomes cheaper and cheaper as it goes along because we have that economic snowball rolling at that point. But of course, with anything, the hardest part is to basically get the first thing started. So I just wanted to bring this idea up for my family here.
Good work,
and
brother.
see how well you all receive it.
Good work,
Thank you
brother.
very much.
Let's hear it. You have a question, brother.
You should not just think in just of 4 or 5 units. There are 30-unit buildings. The city may even have to sell. There are 40-unit buildings. And if we are truly, a nationalist organization as we are, and we have folks who need employment. So if you're able to find such a building, pulling a few of our people together, black people, African people, not white people,
No,
not
we're
everybody
not.
else, you should also consider that.
Oh,
Don't
definitely.
limit it to 4 or 5.
So I guess what I'm hearing from Brother Bekwe, I'm hearing that he's telling you that he's going to be the first person on that list. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the bond on a building, like a $30,000, I mean, I know a little bit about real estate. The bond on a 30-unit building is a whole lot greater than a 5 or 7 unit.
That's why that's what the thing is, to start off pragmatically, small where we are, thing is, I'm going to start where we can be